Hello, and thanks for joining us on Encore. Coming up on today's show. Warding off a planetary disaster, it's all in a day's work for Agent Ethan Hunt. Tom Cruise's character is back with daredevil stunts and spy-centred intrigue in the latest Mission Impossible film. Much of it takes place here in Paris. And bringing Brazilian favela funk to a global audience, France 24 sits down with chart-topping singer Anitta. Notorious agent Ethan Hunt is back, and this time he's bringing his jaw-dropping stunts to Paris. Fans and press from all over the world gathered in the French capital for the premiere of Mission Impossible Fallout. The 6th instalment of the espionage franchise is largely set here in the City of Lights, and as always it stars Tom Cruise as the super spy fighting to avoid imminent global catastrophe. France 24's Eve Jackson caught up with him and the rest of the cast at a pretty picturesque red carpet premiere.
Eve, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to interview the cast of the new Mission Impossible movie.
Tom Cruise's 6th episode is largely set in Paris, showcasing the City of Lights in ways you've never seen before. And it's a breath of fresh air amongst all the CGI-fueled films of the moment, because all the stunts you see are real. Let's go. Oh, and this message, it's not going to self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Your mission. Should you choose to accept it? I wonder, did you ever choose not to? The end you always feared is coming.
Tom Cruise plays this role masterfully. The role's existed and evolved over the last 20 years.
We drive 520 kilometers only to see Tom Cruise here.
His role gets more intense, to the point where we ask ourselves, how much more can he do? It's impossible to do more, but he does.
When Tom was up on top of the building and he was climbing up in Dubai, and then he had to do that jump all the way down, I felt like I was going to die just watching it.
It's all real stunts, and I know that Tom Cruise is doing it, and that makes it much more thrilling, I think.
You have the adrenaline running through your blood, and you're not even doing the stunts.
He is indestructible.
Ethan, that's not who we are.
Tom Cruise, it's not often we get tourists like you in Paris who skydive over the Grand Palais. We drive the wrong way around the Arc de Triomphe.
When the clock stops.
And ram lorries into the River Seine.
Thank you for allowing me to do that. Thank you.
Which was your favourite Paris stunt and why?
Oh my gosh. I loved racing the cars through the streets and the motorcycles. It was just so beautiful. These streets that I've walked in the middle of the night. To be able to do that and drift around those corners. It was really extraordinary having that, and just going down the Rue d'Opera, or around those the Arc Arc de Triomphe. It's just magnificent.
How long before a man like that has had enough?
How does playing a superhero compare to a modern-day action hero? It's the practical stunts that are involved. Because obviously with a superhero, there's super-powered acts, and that's got to be CGI, because you can't replicate them in real life. And with this, the fight scenes were more intense and more complex, because there were no super-powered moves in there. When you're in a helicopter in real life, in the mountains, with another helicopter chasing you, and you feel like you can touch the side of the mountains while ducking and weaving through windy canyons, is something that superheroes don't do.
You're a real match for Tom Cruise in the film.
You need to walk away.
Please don't make How are you doing those stunts? How are you keeping up with him?
I train with Tom as a producer, with Tom as an actor. There comes sort of this support system of incredible food and chefs. We have trainers, I have Pilates, I have yoga. I have someone putting a schedule together for me. And if you like that, then it's heaven. And I do it with him and Simon. We all do it together.
How scary is it being on set doing some of those crazy stunts?
Okay, it's done.
What the hell is he doing?
I find it best not to look.
What is scary is standing with a little baby lamb in my hands and a coffee in the other, and someone went, look, and Simon and I turned, and we just saw Tom drop from a helicopter down, and we had no idea. We literally went, well, he's dead. He's dead. We will have a franchise with Ilsa.
Oh, my God. All of the women in the film are pretty badass. Is there a message there?
I think it's the only message that we can send out now and be representing on screen. Yeah, we were all really adamant about that. I think as actresses we are in general, and Chris McQuarrie, who wrote the movie and directed it, is wonderful. It was, I think, important to him, but also to all of us that the women are not love interests or girlfriends or, you know, supporting the men in any way, that they have their own individual agency and agendas, you know, no matter where they're at.
Turn left! Go, 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 go! What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window! Oh, sorry. Good luck.
Tom Cruise says his nickname for you is Six-Pack Peggles.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname for him?
Sir. I call him TC because close friends get to call him TC, providing it's with dignity. Do you remember that cartoon? I just said that then. There was a cartoon called Top Cat, and that was the tune. Yeah, I call him TC, and that gets shortened to T, and sometimes Tease, sometimes Tippity Top Tim Tom Tim Tam Tim, Tootles, and Mark, which is his real name.
You had a terrible choice to make in Berlin. One life over millions. And now the world is at risk.
This is the CIA's mission. If he had held on to the plutonium, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
His team would be dead.
Yes, they would. That's the job.
Down with the victim. We both know you need them. Stuck in the middle of all irrelevance.
Next to a musician who's staked out her place at the top of the charts in her native Brazil, Anitta's star is now on the rise internationally too. As well as an ambassador for a new generation of the carioca funk style, she's also established herself as an actress, TV star and entrepreneur. France 24's Thais Perenchi went to meet her.
She's already been compared to the likes of Beyoncé, Shakira and J-Lo. At only 25, Anitta is taking her first steps onto the international scene. But who is the Brazilian bombshell that is blowing up on the charts?
I am a mix of a lot of things. I'm a Latin singer from Brazil. I sing in Portuguese, Spanish and English. I don't know how to define myself. So many people in Brazil say that who defines yourself limits yourself.
With her sexy and daring style, Anitta is helping popularize Brazilian funk. Derived from Miami bass and gangsta rap, the Afro-Brazilian style often discusses social issues such as poverty, violence and racial pride, mixed with a strong sexual appeal.
When I make music, when I work, I don't want to just drop music to make people dance. I like to create a reason for people to discuss about something.
Pushed by a new generation of singers, Funky Carioca is gaining international momentum with its catchy lyrics and beat. Anitta's song Sua Cara was the fastest video to reach 1 million likes on YouTube ever, breaking a record set by One Direction. While her latest hit, Vai Malandra, is the only Portuguese-language song to place on Spotify's global top 50 chart just 12 hours after its release. But despite its growing popularity abroad, in Brazil, funk has often been called vulgar and criticized for objectifying women, even if many singers are women themselves.
Funk is an urban rhythm that came from the ghetto, so being a woman in this business is really hard. It was like you had some rules to be a good woman. There's no right way to be a woman, just to be a person, which is that you need to be honest and have a good heart.
Despite criticism, the genre is thriving and working its way all the way to the top.
And we're wrapping up the show with a tip for music lovers in Paris this weekend as the Afropunk Festival takes over the La Villette Concert Hall and Park. Building on the success of 3 previous editions here in the French capital, this year's lineup features R&B star SZA, Gary Clark Jr., Damian Marley and Mahalia. Here's a taste of what's in store. Remember, you can get more arts and culture on our website, and do keep up with Encore on our social media channels too. There's more news coming up on France 24 just after this.
Afropunk in 3 words. Love. Energy and creativity.
Diversity, amazing, colorful, full of excitement.
Amour, absolutely fantastic.
Différence,
energize, authentique. C'est du love, comme ils disent en français.
bienveillance, peaceful.
Because a new page of history gets written every day. Because breaking news can't wait. Information everywhere. In all situations. On every subject. Understanding the world. Imagining the world. France 24. A different take on the news.